Okay, I'm making this because when you have these concepts down and it becomes who you are, you actually become the type of guy who can attract the type of women that you want without using any sort of fake tactics, which is the point that you want to get to in life.
Hi everybody, Casey Zander here. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the 3 levels of masculine seduction to transform you into the type of individual necessary without using fake tactics to attract women, without using any sort of game, okay, without using these concepts that are just made up to try to give you a placebo effect of false confidence, okay? This is going to be extremely important. This might even be a longer video because this is going to be tons of value loaded, so stay with me until the very end. Okay, what I'm doing today is I'm pulling back hidden concepts, okay, that is some of the backbone and premise of what I teach within MBT. Okay, MBT is masculine behavioral techniques. If you don't know what that is or you have not seen the webinar yet, after this video is over, I want you to go down below, register for that webinar. Okay, you're going to be seeing hundreds of student successes of guys using this to go even further to maximize their dating life, to attract the types of women that they want. This is the only way. Okay, this is the only way to do it, tried and true, with thousands of people, not just myself. The first level of masculinity that you have to completely understand and obtain is going to be overall masculine attractiveness. Okay, what is masculine attractiveness? Well, the reason why we do this is because we have to tackle natural male inadequacy. Okay, what is natural male inadequacy? How many of you guys ever, you guys, comment below, how many of you guys ever wake up, okay, you look in the mirror like, oh, I wish I'm not tall enough, not good looking enough, not this, not that. Okay, you need to know every single guy has it in them. I don't care if they're a Hollywood celebrity, I don't care if they're a famous basketball player, I don't care if they're whatever, everybody has this. Okay, so how do we actually tackle this and how do we conquer this? Okay, I'm going to be explaining.
Now, I've shown you in other videos in the past how the trap of self-development can not only consume your life, but it can completely ruin it if it's all you become. So the tools that I'm about to show you in the next couple minutes, use these to enhance your life, not to just let it consume you.
The first thing that a guy naturally will gravitate towards is going to be some sort of looks. But I want to take the word looks a step further. You're not just increasing your looks. What you want to be focusing on is you need to increase your strength. Okay? The reason being is because a strong mind, okay, is obtained by a strong body, and a strong body is only obtained with a strong mind. They go hand in hand. Okay? So do not, and I repeat, do not try and let people convince you that physical strength isn't important. Okay? What you're going to see as we go through this is that these things are not necessarily prerequisites, but what it's going to do is it's going to give you an added boost of self-esteem that's necessary. Okay? A strong mind is a strong body, and a strong body is a strong mind. You need this, okay? I'm going to give you an example. Right now, if we just close your eyes and imagine, if you're not in the gym, if you're not doing any sort of, training, if you're not exercising your body, how do you expect to feel strong, powerful, and competent? It's going to be very hard, okay? If you go through life and you don't feel strong, the opposite of strength is weakness, okay? Therefore, you need to prioritize this. So this is first. If you get strong, and I mean strong physically, it's going to have a compounding effect in your demeanor. It's going to have a compounding effect in your confidence. You're going to be able to tackle business at a deeper level, okay? You're going to be able to live life a lot better. This is so key, and women like men who are strong. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? This is kind of the first thing, the first piece of masculine attractiveness. Now, the next piece that you should be doing is you need to be thinking about a compounding business plan, okay? To help you with this a step further, I even created a Zander consulting business channel. Not a whole lot of people know about it. It's pretty new. I have about 50 videos up. But I show you specifically how to have mindsets and how to use exact skill sets to make money so that way you are ROI focused for time. Okay, that means if you work a 10-hour day, there is no cap on your income because you are now serving the marketplace at a standpoint of value, not just dollar for dollar how many hours you're working. Okay, this is what you need to do. The reason why you can do this is for two reasons. Obviously, for a long-term bet with women like a man who has provisioning power. Okay, they like a man who has resources. But not only that, this shows you that you can operate your brain at a deeper level. See, people who refuse to operate their brain at a deeper level, who refuse to be competent in life, what they're doing is they're choosing to work hard physically, hour for hour, every day. And what they're doing to work physically hard every day is they're trading that, okay, because they're in a mental lackadaisical phase. They're saying, hey, I don't want to work my brain, I don't want to work my mind, therefore I'll just work my body and I'll not actually think about ways to get ahead. You can't operate like that. If you're willing to work hard, you want to be working hard up here, mentally, okay? When you work hard mentally, you can create compounding wealth for yourself. This is super important. Okay, this is going to give you another added level of self-esteem. The next is status and friends. Okay, so when you're well liked, you give off happy, excited, like you get a positive reinforcement and joy within the world. Okay, now with this, okay, here's what happens. When you act this way, when you live life like this, what happens is when you're around a woman, your flirtation, okay, becomes well received. Notice, you can't just walk up to a girl and say, look at me, I'm the best fit on paper, okay? The reason why I'm putting these things here is because these are the things that typically allow a man to step into, okay, being okay with himself, being happy with himself, liking what he sees in the mirror, okay? Are these prerequisites? Do you have to have all these things to attract women? No.
Reason why I tell you that these are not prerequisites either is because you want to use these self-development aspects to enhance your life, not just let it consume your life, okay? Because if you go down the rabbit hole of always thinking you need more, right? Better looks, if you need more money, you need more status, blah, blah, blah. That's going to completely consume you, and you're going to realize the payoff is not there in life.
But what we're trying to actually tackle here is you getting comfortable, you being confident, and you being congruent with yourself, so that way when you do flirt with a woman, it comes off the right way, and it's well received with her. This is super key. Guys don't understand that not only do you have to say the right things, but it has to be well received, and it has to be well received, so that way she actually views you as an attractive option. This is level 1. Okay, once you've mastered level 1, the second level of seduction is now you're going to be mastering your masculine frame or your masculine energy. Okay, prerequisite to masculine frame and masculine energy is that your flirtation needs to be well received. This is why we put this on level 1. Okay, what happens when you start to develop frame and energy is you can lead a woman and she will actually enjoy it. Not only will you enjoy it, but she'll enjoy it. And she'll enjoy it because of this. You are now fully comfortable with being a man. See, the reason why a lot of times men need to put some sort of work in themselves over here is because they're not comfortable with actually being a man. Acting like a man, speaking like a man, okay, having the nuances of like masculine behavior, okay? This is why I created MBT. Keep in mind, these things, okay, are not necessarily 100% you have to do them, but it allows you to get into that mental headspace so you can wake up in the morning and you can say, you know what, I should be confident. I have something to be confident over. I am the type of man I want to be, okay? This is extremely important. Level 2, when you have the right frame and energy, women follow your lead and they get turned on when you make decisions. You're going to notice this. When you're around a woman and she enjoys you, your flirtation towards her is well received, she starts to completely love that you're willing to take lead, make decisions, make her feel safe, and everything that goes in between. So what you're doing here is you're now congruent with your authentic masculinity. Notice these are not tactics. You have actually became the type of man that a woman would want. You're demonstrating the right nuances, the right mannerisms that women find sexy. This is very important. So here's what this equals. This means her well-received flirting, or when you're flirting and it's well-received towards her, okay, this means that she is going to start to want to fit your frame. She's going to want to come along for the ride of your life, come along for the ride of your mission. She's going to want to see where you go and see where you do things, okay? This is the second level. Flirting well-received. Secondly, now she wants to fit your frame and follow your lead and actually see where you're going in life. You seem like a competent man who has his shit together, who could lead her, okay? She's going to like this. Now, here's the problem with when you have level 1 and level 2 mastered, okay? When you can do these things, you're going to start to win the hearts of a lot of women. This is the cold hard truth. And you're now going to have access to a lot of women, and guys end up being super evil because now they have the option, they have the ability if they want to be a player or not. So think about this for a second. You check the boxes, okay, over here of overall masculine attractiveness. Your flirting is well received. You're giving her butterflies in her stomach. She feels like a woman when she's around you. Now on top of that, you know how to lead. You know how to make decisions. You're a competent man that she would want to be around. Okay, you show that you're successful in certain ways. You show that you're well liked. Okay, you're going to now unlock the hearts of a lot of girls. Now, I advise you, once you have 1 and 2 mastered, you don't want to use this for evil. I advise you, use this on women that you actually genuinely have chemistry with and like. There's so many men out there who have slept with girls, and myself included in my younger years, lots of times. I've slept with girls who I don't even necessarily like, I'm just physically attracted to. And the problem is you can now use these aspects to speak to women in certain ways where you know it's going to emotionally arouse them. You don't want to use this for evil, Okay, use this for good. Which brings me to level 3. Only once you've mastered level 1, your flirtation is well received in your seduction. Number 2, okay? You have the correct masculine frame and masculine energy, so you're leading her. Then number 3, here's the cool thing about this. For those of you who want a real connection with a woman, real love, you want to have a girlfriend one day, you want to have a wife one day, you actually want something to be meaningful and feel real, not only for her, but for you as well. Level 3, okay, is where you can now trigger real connection. Okay, you can trigger real connection. She looks at you, okay, as her best option. And what happens is she wants to stick with you because you, okay, you have became masculine. Okay? You're not using game or you're not putting on an act. People who need things like game, people who need things like PUA, pickup advice, stuff like that, they're using tactics, they're using procedures and principles to make up for their lack of authentic masculinity. This is why the fundamental premise of what women are attracted to, it's not the bad boy, it's not the pickup, it's not any of that, it's being masculine. The opposite, the polar is what she's attracted to. So when you can trigger real connection over here with level 3, okay, you're now able to actually care about her. This is a concept that a lot of guys don't actually talk about in the sort of man coaching space on YouTube. A lot of these guys don't actually care about the women that they're with, and that makes it really weird. Like if you're a guy and you're sleeping with a girl, like you guys are sharing these intimate experiences, and you don't care about her and you can disregard her at the drop of a hat, that's going to be really weird. You're going to give off this weird energy, and truthfully, if you do that enough times, I can tell you this from experience and also from just like seeing other guys, you are not going to be sleeping well at night. You're going to feel like you're using people. You're going to feel like you're using her. You're going to give her emotional distress, and you're going to see that this works her up. So what you want to be aiming for is you want to be aiming for level 3, triggering real connection. When you trigger real connection, it adds beauty to your own life. It makes you feel very good, okay? Now, here's why you're able to care about her, though. You know what you bring to the table. Most guys don't feel as if they bring anything to the table, therefore they're not able to be fully confident and masculine within themselves. So this is key. If you bring the right things to the table, you feel as if when you're around that woman, hey, things are going to go really good because I bring stuff to the table, okay? And not only that, she is going to want to see that. Therefore, why would she want to leave if you're probably the best fit, okay? Now, when you trigger real connection with a woman, the key here is you won't go weak for her because you learned level 1 and level 2 of seduction. You are a man who is not weak. Okay, the reason why most guys will fail with any other methods out there, such as game or such as pickup, is because they haven't actually adapted the true principles of masculinity. So when you do this, you can now trigger real connection with a woman. Therefore, you can now authentically love a woman. And this is a beautiful spot that I hope all of you are able to get to. This took me a while to be able to get to that, but when you can authentically love a woman, you have to understand men and women were meant to be together. That you're not meant to just like use these tactics to sleep with women and then use them and then they feel used, okay? And it goes vice versa for men too. The sad part though is most guys never get to this part. Because of these concepts, these principles that they've learned over the years, they feel as if they're spiteful towards women or they feel evil towards them or they're bitter. And you can't get to that point. You're going to get weird. If you get weird and you don't actually appreciate humans, men and women together, you're going to turn into a weird guy. And I don't want you to go along that road. So to take this at an even deeper level, once again, I advise you to go down below and watch the MBT webinar. If you've noticed anything about this channel, I've had the same congruent message for the past like 4 years. I've never changed. And the reason why I've never changed is because I believe this stuff at the deepest level and I validated my methods with MBT through thousands of people over the years, and we have hundreds of testimonials just alone in that one presentation. You're going to be seeing guys having the dating life of abundance that they want, okay? Sleeping with amazing women. You're going to see them actually having real chemistry and real connection with women. And since it's real, I really want to show you this.